Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Yassi lap guide. Today we are on sunny Barcelona in our Ferrari 296. Barcelona, one of the more well-known tracks in ACC. Formula 1 visits here, and generally pretty much everybody knows the track. In ACC, if there's anything really to mention is that the curbs are very tricky here. They really do not help you that much. They're generally to be avoided or to be very careful of. Most of the time what happens is if you run on the inside curbs, you tend to oversteer. The curbs kind of pull you in and you get a lot of extra rotation that not necessarily you want. At the same time, the exit curbs you gotta use and abuse. This curb is one to be avoided in the Ferrari. Ferrari in general, over the 488 has become quite a bit more compliant here. The turn 1, turn 2 curbs are much safer. You can cut way more of those. Other than that, car has good pace, but as the 488 and Ferrari in general lacks acceleration, but what else is new? Also, one of the least favorite corners of all time for everyone involved in sim racing, the Barcelona chicane, the infamous, to be removed hopefully from ACC as well. But right now we have the version with the chicane, so we gotta deal with it. So run up to turn 1, we are running 11 wing here instead of 12, but even with that you stay in 5th gear, you look for the 100-meter board. There's a little gap in the, next to the fence before it. That's roughly your brake reference. You can cut the turn 2 curb completely. Turn 3 is just a lift and not a very long one at that. And now we look for the white lines. We count to 3 and brake just before the third one. For this corner there isn't really a great reference. Generally when you're revving out 3rd gear, the curb gets a lot of rubber lines on it, but we want to brake a little bit before that. Use the exit curb fully here. Here we brake just before the white curb starts on the right. Don't want to go over that curb on the inside. For this corner we lift when the white curb starts and turn in roughly when it ends. Try to carry speed and go on power very early. For this corner, hard braking zone. Definitely braking before a 100-meter board. Probably like 2 or 3 car lengths. Here we just tap the brakes. Stay in 2nd gear. Try to carry some speed. Also try to open the corner up on that left-hander before. This is also a really tricky braking zone, generally done by the field. Here we brake just under the bridge. And we can short shift the 2nd gear for the chicane exit. And that is roughly the lap guide on Barcelona. Not one of my strongest tracks, but do what I can. That being said, alright, so here's our setup. Not running negative toe on the rear is the only thing really worth mentioning. Running map 3 for smoother corner exits. Brake pad 2 for more comfort on the brakes. Pretty stiff roll bars all around. Just gotta find that rotation somehow. The rear roll bar might be a bit too extreme for a longer race setup. Probably would lower that as it tends to give you unnecessary oversteer at slow corners, especially mid corners. The full preload kind of counters that, so still need to experiment a bit with that. Pretty stiff dampers all around, and like I said, we're not running full wing. Full wing probably a tenth or so faster, but also full wing kind of prevents you from ever making any overtakes, and I really don't like setups like that, even though they're slightly faster. Either way, that is the setup we are using. I'm gonna send it for a hot lap, and I'll see you on the next one.